What are your thoughts on the Apple Vision Pro?
It is really fucking cool, right? Like, it's really cool. Is it 3-4 grand cool? Absolutely not. Right now, I don't believe that it's 3-4 grand cool. It's like 1.5, maybe 2 grand cool. But even at that, it's just incredibly impractical. If you're like a very social person, I feel like it's just such an isolated experience, and they haven't made it to where you can integrate with other Vision Pros extremely well quite yet. It's just a very isolated experience, and in my experience, very impractical.
I would also add that if you are the type of person to prefer isolation, it doesn't even achieve that. You can't even wear this shit for more than an hour.
Yeah, it hurts your face.
It hurting your face and your eyes, to be honest. Like, the eye fatigue is really, it's real.
And yeah, one of the things that, one of the main reasons why I sold my Vision Pro was that the only times that I actually had like kind of free to use it would be like later at night, kind of from like 10, 11, 12 to like 1, 2 a.m. And as far as sleep quality is concerned, they say, right, like having screens in front of your face is like the pretty bad thing that can affect your sleep quality. And I know I was just cooking my brain having like a literal iPad hanging on my face right before I was trying to sleep, you know?
What do you think about like radio frequency? I don't want to say like poisoning, but like radio frequency's effect on the human brains. Do you think there's any efficacy to the people who are like, we need to ditch 5G or ditch whatever wireless thing comes out next? Do you think there's any?
I'd say yeah, but it's not going to change nothing. Like, it's like the thing is, it's like, are they right? Is it fucking our brains a little bit? I'm sure. Like, definitely. Like, we humans were not designed to have like devices like that, like right this close to our head all the time.
Sure, but we weren't designed for a lot of things that we do right now.
No, it's facts.
It's like, do you think that has a more significant effect on people than we realize, or is it just about what we realize?
I think definitely, because there's someone profiting from it. So if there was like a big public information thing about like how bad for us having our phones and shit like that would be, Apple would lose a ton of money. So to me, it makes sense that information would be a little bit censored. I think it's right, but at the same time, I'm in the mindset of like, look, like if I'm fucked, everyone's fucked, and we're just gonna be fucked together. So like, shared misery, you know. like they're probably right, but like we can't do shit about it. So,
yeah, but you could know about it. You know what I mean? You could know and just like mitigate risks, but
I think mitigating risk is almost impossible in this circumstance.
Interesting. I mean, definitely for what we do, it's hard.
Yeah.
But there's ways. It's also like, I think that's arguable that like radio frequencies that we make like affect people's brain chemistry.
Yeah.
I understand it though, just since your brain is electrical signals.
Yeah.
And slight changes in energy might affect that. I'm not sure. Like, I'm definitely
like I don't know enough about it to even like make a call, but like
I'm not making any
I'm gonna
claims.
use my phone. I'm gonna use my AirPods. When they come out with the AirPod Pro Max 2, I'm buying them shits. You know, like I'm gonna be all in.
Yeah.
And choose to ignore the fact that I may be fucking with my brain chemistry.
Yeah.
And I mean that's kind of how it was with weed for a minute. Like, it's like, what's really worse, having your phone or just like smoking dabs from sun up to sundown from the ages of like 14 to like 25? Probably that, but I don't know. You know, like
I think it definitely depends on how you're using both of them. It depends.
True. I think with the like radio frequency thing, I think it's just too early to know.
I'd agree with that.
Like, maybe we all get cancer one day.
I honestly don't think that's the biggest threat that technology places on us. I just think that's a really interesting one that I've heard like some older guys who like founded the internet don't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. They're like, I don't want any emissions like that in my house.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I don't know. That's you can't avoid it, though. Like, you walk anywhere.
I know.
You know, like
if you're in public, you're being emitted on constantly. All the time.
Even if you're not in public, like the fucking 5G towers are still blasting your shit.
Yeah.
You know.
What does that do to us?
Who the fuck knows, really, is the answer to that. Like, who in the fuck knows? Nothing good, but probably nothing that. I mean, you know.
What if it was good?
Like, we're getting, like, superhuman, like, powers from it slowly?
What if it just, like...
No, it's not good. Should we get back to the Vision Pro?
Sure.
What was your favorite thing about the Vision Pro? What was the coolest part for you?
The coolest part of the Vision Pro, I would say, is FaceTiming someone else with another one.
I agree.
Just because that's the most interconnected you can be in a virtual environment. Yeah. And it was still strange because they use personas, right? They don't use your real face. It's a model of me.
They're like 80% there.
Yeah, that's
it's like
close,
80% you.
But a little bit of the, whatever it's called, where it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Uncanny Valley. Where it's like,
Yeah.
You feel
and the hair is like weird sometimes. If you're wearing like a hoodie, it might catch part of your hood or.
It's weird, but that's the most connected that they've made me feel on that platform, and the most collaborative I've been able to be.
I think one of the coolest things about the Vision Pro is the eye tracking and like just being able to like look at something and like pinch it and move it around and throw it over there. Like it felt like a glimpse into the future. Like I don't regret buying it and losing some money from it because it was a cool experience to kind of experience what our future might look like. I think it was just preemptive. It was too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a stable product.
The infrastructure wasn't built for it.
The infrastructure is not there, and the software isn't either. Like it was really.
It felt like a beta product, really.
Really early.
Felt like a money grab from Apple.
Pretty clear money grab.
They got our ass.
They got my money.
They got my money.
I would say that if I could do it again, I probably wouldn't. I would go try it somewhere, and then probably be okay.
Yeah, I mean. End of the day, I don't regret like losing a band from it. I mean, it is what it is. Fucking sucks, but like, I got to rent one for like 4 or 5 months. It was I kind of see it like that, but
barely. Like, how frequently did you use it when you had it?
That was another big part of why I sold it. Is like I would literally like went like a couple months and I was like, damn, I haven't touched it like once.
Yeah,
it's just unpractical. Like, you don't want to do it. It's like I would rather watch a movie on a TV where my face isn't just like
sinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty sad because it would be fucking the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. And the other thing, it's like it didn't integrate with your phone well at all. Like like it would have been really cool, like really, really cool if you could have just like looked at your phone. Big phone screen appears here. You can make it big, do whatever, and then you can control it just from swiping gestures on there. That would have been really, really cool.
Yeah.
I think it'll get there eventually. But because that's the thing. It's like now what I've heard Apple's doing is they've abandoned the Vision Pro 2 and are going to just try to do the Apple Vision, which will be a much more budget-friendly thing, and they're going to kind of strip down the Vision Pro to its bare essentials and try to just cut cost and weight. In a lot of areas. I think that's probably a way better move because the more people that get on it will make it more viable.
Right.
But like when the whole market's like a few 100,000 people, that's all it is.
Can't work, yeah. I think that's a good move on their part. I think it was stupid of them to release it without letting people use it in ways that people wanted to use it. It's like people people are like, I want to have multiple screens from my computer.
Yeah.
I want this to put me in my computer. It couldn't. Like, it was a glitchy experience when it was connected to a Mac.
Yeah.
And it had no iPhone integration, which was like, okay, so number one, tech people like to do in their free time is like consume content. Basically everyone, to be real.
Yeah, deadass.
And you're used to consuming this portion through your phone. You're used to consuming it through your phone, right? Or your laptop, but mostly your phone. So when you instantly set up barriers, when it's blurry to look at your own phone screen, it becomes a crutch. It becomes harder to do what you would normally do.
Yeah.
And that's why the Vision Pro just won't succeed, because the integration is so poor. It doesn't make doing outside things with tech any easier, even if they're Apple products.
Yeah. The integration was pretty weak. I think it's like, it shows that there's like so much potential there for it. But like, I think what really did it for me was when I like saw the Apple keynote with iOS 18 and everything they were doing, and then Vision OS 2. Vision OS 2 felt like Vision OS 1.2, and I was done at that point. I was like, this isn't like,
right.
This isn't cool enough upgrade, because I was really hoping that like they would do the iPhone integration shit and like do some other stuff, and also the spatial videos felt like a scam, bro. They weren't even real. Like, they kind of were real, but it just felt like cheap 3D.
Yeah,
you know. It was a cheap 3D experience. Like, it was like, I don't know. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I did it once and then was like, this is okay.
Right. Like, filmed a video on it and watched it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. The field of view for that is just small.
Like, right. And also of the Vision Pro itself. It's like wearing goggles, you know? Like, you're in like that. And it's
immersive, but it's clearly not real life.
Yeah. And there was also no games that were cool. Like,
right.
All the games were just like bullshit arcade games that were like iPad games that you could play on the Vision Pro.
There's just not enough development for the platform. And it will probably be a consistent cycle where it just keeps itself from getting developed just because of the access.
Yeah, I hear that.
Until Vision Air?
The Vision Air, whatever they call it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was something else I wanted to... Oh, also, like, the weird, like... I think one of the dumbest design aspects of it was putting a screen on the front. No one wants to see your weird, creepy eyes looking through the thing, and they were blurry, and the screen glare, barely worked. It didn't even work, and it was like, why did y'all even put that there? That's just an extra cost that was not needed.
Yes.
At all, you know?
Yes, I agree.
Battery life was also mid. That wasn't a big problem, heavy. Though.
It wasn't.
Like, you could just plug up and be fine. Like, that really wasn't a big issue for me.
Yeah. Battery was okay. It was just annoying because it already weighed so much. Then you had this additional thing. It's like, it felt like the battery was in the headset.
Yeah, even though it wasn't. And that was the thing, is in some headsets that actually do have the battery, it can actually balance the headset out. But this one, it was just so front heavy. And it felt like dragging down and stuff. Like, and if I was wearing it too long, my eyes would literally like water and like tear up in the corners from just like screen on my face for so long. The other thing was like, I also found myself like, if I was trying to control things by just the like look and click sort of parts of it, I would preemptively look, because like, in the way you operate in real life, it's like you look at something before you're gonna do something with it. But I think that made it kind of weird to like stop and stare at something, stop and stare at something, stop and stare at something, instead of just like glance, work.
I agree. You feel like you're behind because you're thinking about the next thing, but to select,
you have to stare at
at exactly what you want at that time. So it is hard to stay in a good rhythm.
Yeah. I will say, the one time when I had the Vision Pro on and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, like, this is amazing, I was off shrooms and I put it on and like took myself to like the moon and shit. and just like was fucking around. I was like, wow, this is insane. And then as soon as I sobered up, I was like, damn, like this I don't know.
Yeah.
But off shrooms, it was really cool.
Once you start noticing the edges of the screen, it's like,
it's over. Just like, damn,
this ain't the moon.
Hell, this ain't. Nope.